This will be set up for the Eufy Dual Cam Security Doorbell. If you already have a Eufy home base station, you can skip ahead to the portion where you're actually just setting up the doorbell. However, if this is your first Eufy product or you don't have the Eufy Home Base 2 already, step 1 in the actual setup process is first setting up your Eufy home base, which you will need the home base, the Ethernet cable, and the power supply for setting this up. Preemptive here, where I have my Ethernet cable plugged into my Wi-Fi router there, and the power cable is already plugged in, but they're not connected to the home base. We bring in the Eufy app, and in the upper right hand corner on your home screen, you select the plus sign, and then you select what you have and what you are going to do. So in our case, we're going to do the home base 2, and we're going to add this to my pre-existing network, or we can add a new home. So we're going to hit next right here. Now it is telling me to plug in the actual peripherals to the Eufy home base, so we're going to do that right now. All right, might be a little hard to see on camera, but that actually is blinking red. So we're going to select next. So we're going to connect to the same Wi-Fi network as the home base. Select next, and then we are supposed to wait right here 1 minute until the home base LED turns from red to blue. So we've got a steady red there. I have a feeling that that's actually going to be blue momentarily. So we'll give that a minute, see what happens.
Welcome to Eufy Security. Follow the instructions in Eufy Security app to set up the system.
All right, so we got blue, and you did hear it kind of talking. It was a little crackly. So I did this before with another Eufy product. It wasn't quite that crackly. We're gonna hit next. Eufy Security app needs to request camera permissions because there is a QR code on the bottom of that. So we're going to say yes. And now we're gonna proceed to scan the QR code on the bottom of the Eufy home base.
Home base receives a pairing request. Press the sync button on the back to accept it.
All right, so if we flip this around, there's a red sync button. We're gonna select that. Loud beep and steady blue. And now the Eufy app wants us to name.
Home base was added successfully.
Wants us to name our home base, so we're gonna do that. Confirm, and it was successfully added. As with any new product, it's gonna check for firmware. Always recommended that you check for firmware ahead of time before adding any new products to it, so we'll let the firmware go. So home base is set up and ready to go. Once your home base is set up, you come back to the Eufy app, and again, in the upper right hand corner, select the plus sign, and then select what you are trying to add. In our case, we are trying to add a doorbell. So here you go. They kind of lump all their doorbells together, so we select doorbell. It's gonna want to read a QR code, so it's gonna ask us for permission. And then on the back of our Eufy doorbell, there's a QR code. So we bring that into view of the app, which, because the back of this is dark, it's a little tricky to do around a camera. So it's saying, press the sync button until we hear a beep. And there we've got a beep going. Gotta flip it back around. And here I heard a beep. So now your Eufy app is going to generate a QR code that you'll scan with the doorbell. And we'll do that off camera.
Ready to add device.
We'll do that off camera. Kind of lets you know, be around 8 inches away.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network, please wait.
All right, so you will hear connecting to the Wi-Fi network, please wait, when it does scan the QR code. So we did everything right. I guess maybe it just was taking a bit to actually connect.
Device was added successfully.
So added device successfully, and you heard that from here. We're gonna select next, and then it's gonna walk you through what they're calling setup, but it's actually installation, saying the doorbell, which is actually installation, not setup. So we're gonna select done, and it's letting you know, okay, which do you want? Do you want the split view, or do you want the picture-in-picture? And then depending on where you want the picture-in-picture, I'm gonna stick with the split view and select save. So that will complete the setup process for the Eufy Dual Cam. Setup of the Eufy Cam Duo. So you're gonna have 2 different mounting options. You're either gonna have your wedge or your flat panel. Sadly, neither of them actually indicate which way is up, especially this one where that's the locking mechanism right there. So that's gonna be on the top. Wish it kind of indicated that it was up. In my case, I'm gonna use the flat panel here. They do give you the guide, as we talked about before, so you can actually kind of stick that and pre-drill your holes where you like. As you can see, kind of have some holes from other testing that I was doing. So I'm gonna utilize the top one and then have to re-screw a new bottom one. But it's really simple, just come in. You got 2 sets of screws. You have short screws and long screws, depending on what you need. Once you have your 2 screws in place. Just give it a tug, give it a wiggle, make sure that it's not going anywhere. You can then take the Eufy Dual here and slide it in and then press till you hear a click. You'll know it's in place. Give it a nice tug, make sure it's not going anywhere.